Want to know the perfect morning routine for firefighters? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you the few simple hacks that I utilize to make training before work feel effortless, the reason that I prioritize fitness before a 24-hour shift, and the things that I bring to set myself up for the next 24 hours. Let's go. The things about the morning, you guys, is it's never gonna feel easy. So there's two things that I do that really help. The first thing is the countdown rule. This has now become the norm, so it's not very hard for me to get up, but it used to be very difficult, and for a lot of people it is going to be at the start. So what I do is I give myself like a 5 to 10 second countdown, especially now that the weather is getting a lot colder. When that number hits 0, I get out of bed. So it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The blanket's coming off. I'm standing beside my bed, and that is the hardest part. The second thing I'll do is after I brush my teeth, I'll splash cold water on my face a couple times. That is really, really good for getting you awake and getting you ready to take on the day. Everything we're gonna do in this video and every way that I try to optimize my morning is all about removing as much resistance as possible, because that resistance is going to be the excuses that stand in your way and prevent you from making the most of these mornings. So as you can see, everything is already set up the night before. My clothes for after I train, my clothes for when I train this morning are prepared. That way I don't even have to think about it. Just stand up beside the bed, get ready, and get going. One other thing that I do, and it's a luxury that we have, is that is our bedroom that has an ensuite. But because I don't want to wake my wife up just because I have to get up at 4:45 in the morning, I get ready in the other bathroom. So guys, girls, if you want to make sure that you don't upset your partner, that's a pro tip. Let's go downstairs. Can you tell I like the transparent labs protein bars? More reading. Morning always starts the same, you guys. Creatine and electrolytes. I've been doing a lot of running recently for some training, trying to PB the half marathon at the Austin Marathon in February, which you guys will see. So we're prepping for that. So legs are pretty smoked today. Just gonna do a recovery ride on the bike. Gotta make sure that we stay hydrated. So I'm gonna go on the shaker with this. And one thing that I've also been doing, you guys, is for the supplements that I take during the day, I just grabbed one of these cheap sort of holders for old folks medication on Amazon, and I just take like my supplements that I'm supposed to take on an empty stomach, which is a joint support, and then my other supplements, which I'll take for my first meal. The nice part about this is on Sundays, I can just go ahead and fill this up, prep myself for the week, and then depending on the day, I basically just like take one of these and bring it to me throughout my work bag. That way I have the extra supplements and I'm not having to bring 14 bottles of different things to work. We're trying grape for the first time today, so I think this is one of the very last hydrate flavors that I've yet to try. If I had to give you guys a top 3, I would probably say lemon lime first, because you never get flavor fatigue, peach mango second, and then strawberry at third. But we'll see. We'll see if grape breaks the top 3. And creatine, the most researched performance supplement of all time. And then we'll sip on it as we spin the legs out on the bike. You know, it's early when I asked AJ, the man behind the camera, my videographer, my buddy, what he wants for a coffee, and I'm like, do you want like an Americano, a flat white? He said, I just want straight. Just give me straight gas. It's early. And if any of you guys know my story, whether you follow me on Instagram, what that may be, I used to kind of have a drinking problem. I used to drink a lot of beer. So what I said to myself is like, for the 800 beers a year that I probably don't drink anymore, I can justify a coffee machine. I think that's a much better vice if you're asking me. Come on in, buddy. I know it's cold and awful out there. Not there, AJ. This is the best espresso you're gonna have all week. I get a lot of questions too in my videos, like, what is that guy wearing around his chest? This is just a heart rate monitor. This is the Garmin HRM Pro Plus. This thing has been lights out. I've used it for marathon training, Ironman. The battery life's insane, works great, and it'll give you some data when we do this ride. Again, it's a recovery ride, nothing crazy, but it's always good to know. And what you guys will realize is like everything is like, I knew that this was here yesterday. I knew that my bike was ready yesterday. I charged my iPad yesterday. It's at 100%. So it's like all these little things of like, if my iPad was dead, if I couldn't find the cord for the trainer, these are again, the excuses that are gonna pile up. So the more you can prepare, as they say, failure to prepare is preparing to fail, the better. So we're gonna queue up Zwift. I got the Cervelo Caledonia on my Wahoo Kicker Core trainer. We're gonna do an hour easy on the bike, spin the legs out. I was gifted this red light from Cala, and a ton of great research on the benefits of red light, especially as it pertains to recovery. So because I'm stationary, what I've been doing, red light on the bike, so getting the recovery benefits of moving and circulating blood on the bike, getting recovery benefits of the red light, just throw in a podcast, crank away. It's a pretty lethal combo if you ask me. For you data geeks, I wear the Garmin Forerunner 965 as well, watch of choice. So it looks like we're well recovered, shorter than ideal, but restorative sleep last night. HRV was 78, which is pretty darn good, especially before work. I noticed that my HRV is usually lower before work because my body is prepping for shift work. And I'm sure anyone that is a first responder can appreciate this sentiment. Your body knows when you're going into work. And I think subconsciously all those systems, that sort of like sympathetic tone in your nervous system is getting ready. Like when I'm on my longer off day stretches, sleep like a baby. The night before I go back to shifts, really hard time getting to sleep. I've heard this from many people that I work with. And again, it's just like your body knows and your body becomes conditioned to the shift work and the stress and the chaos. And that's just again why it's so important to prioritize this stuff, because this is the stuff that's going to help directly combat all the negative aspects of the job. We all know, like, great job, amazing people, part of something bigger than yourself, but we can't be ignorant to the fact that it's real hard on your body. Firefighters notoriously die young, and that's not for no reason at all. So if we can do this stuff, make a world of difference. What I say to a lot of my clients and a lot of people that I work with, because they are looking to train for longevity and they understand the importance of being around for themselves, more importantly their kids and hopefully their kids' kids in the future. If you try to ride the wave of youth and just be complacent, it can be easy now and hard later. Or if you show up each and every day, do the work, it's gonna be hard now, but it's gonna be easy later and actually gonna get to enjoy life from retirement. So, been one of my true norths for sure. One of the reasons too, you guys, that I prioritize training in the morning is not only does it allow me to feel amazing to start my day. I found before when I didn't train, I'd walk into work, it would take me 2 or 3 coffees, and 10:30 a.m. by the time I felt like a human being. So this way, I show up ready to take on the day from the moment I put my gear on the track. And that's important because you don't know if the call of your career is gonna come in the second you start your day. The second thing, and maybe the most important part, is it allows me to get my mind right. I don't know what the day holds, but what I do know is this 2-3 hour window before I start my shift is my time. It's my opportunity to focus on myself, how I prepare, how I show up.
Because once I get to work for the next 24 hours, it's not my time, it's their time. "45 minutes, nice and easy, nothing crazy. But I feel fresh as a daisy." That rhymed, and I'm ready to take on this day. So we're gonna wrap up here, shower, prepare the work bag, start the truck, because it's absolutely terribly cold outside. It's November in Canada. There's already a foot of snow outside. It's ridiculous. I get a lot of questions. "Mitch, don't you train with your crew? Mitch, do you work out at work?" Absolutely. Obviously I work out at work, so always cardio in the morning, usually run or ride unless it's some extenuating circumstance and I have to lift or whatever. Especially now because running is the priority, because I'm training to set a PB in the half marathon in February. That's kind of the priority. I want to make sure I'm the most fresh for my run. Lifting is always going to be a foundational element of my fitness, but it's just not the priority right now. So usually cardio in the morning, especially in this season. And then, 3 o'clock at the fire hall, it's going down. Coffee, grab the crew, kind of contains we're in trained. So I'm gonna grab a mace bell to bring to work with me, because the guys and girls at work are pretty good about getting certain pieces of equipment, but I think a mace bell would be a pretty hard sell to the fitness committee. So I'm gonna bring my mace bell. We'll see you guys in the kitchen after I shower. It's that time of year, you guys. Even though I grow quite possibly the worst mustache in the world, I was waiting for men's mental health. So it is November, aka Movember, so we're doing our duty. And AJ, if you could please turn the camera on to yourself in the mirror here. This is when you know this guy's a real one. He is waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to come join me to do this before I go to work. Watch me shave, that's what we were saying earlier. Does it get any less weird? I don't know, but I always say, you guys, it takes an army and I could never do any of this stuff myself. So because amazing people like AJ, I'm able to do it. Check him out on Instagram. I'll throw his page in the description, ALCO Visuals. If you're in the Greater Toronto area and need any sort of videography, AJ's your man. The world's worst mustache. And it's even the little things, you guys, of like, I know where my keys are on top of my work bag. So again, it's just one last thing that I have to think about so I'm not in some like anxious fever rush in the mornings. 3 staples I'm bringing on shift every single time. Protein bar, quick, easy snack so I don't eat 3 peanut butter and jam sandwiches when I'm hungry during the day. Egg whites, I will always eat with the crew, but I do things like add some egg whites to my breakfast to get some extra protein. And then because my witching hour is like 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. again, just to make sure that I'm not snacking on stuff that is not really in alignment with my goals, I'll bring Greek yogurt. I'll usually throw a scoop of protein in at night after dinner as kind of like my last high protein snack. And by adding those things and just being fortunate to work with a crew that prioritizes good, clean eating, have no problem hitting 200, 225 plus grams of protein a day. So again, I'll also just throw in my day worth of supplements here. So I have like an omega, D3K2, a multivitamin, joint support, and I think that is it. So class 180 is there, and then nutrition is covered for the day at work. So it's time to make myself a coffee. Do you ever just open the same drawer like 15 times, assuming the thing that you're looking for is somehow gonna miraculously appear? I'm Marzocco. I don't know if you sponsor athletes, but if you do, just saying. Firefighters do drink a lot of coffee after all. Before I had this, I had like a machine from 1976 with a brutal steamer. So the wife and I, this is like, again, you know you're getting old and you know you're getting boring, is when learning how to do latte art is like your new hobby. Nope. Well, that's where we're getting there. I mean, I'm nervous. You guys are watching. You guys watch. When I leave, his little head will be poking out through that little side window. It's like clockwork. It breaks my heart though, driving away. It's the saddest thing. But I'll see you tomorrow morning, bud. He will be meeting me at that garage door when I'm back here 24 hours from now. Humans don't deserve dogs. Can't forget your handy dandy mace bow before you go to work. There you have it, guys. Again, winter came early, unfortunately, here in Canada, but that's a pretty typical pre-shift day in my life. Let's see what chaos the next 24 hours has in store.